All right. We are live. Hey, Taylor. Thanks for joining today. So we're going to be, you all done? We're going to be chatting about mindset as usual. I'm good. Taylor, thank you for asking. How are you today on this Monday? It's I live in New England, up in Massachusetts, and it's like 70 something degrees out. It's crazy. Every single house, every single window in my house is open. It's really nuts. It's I wish I hadn't put my summer clothes away. Um, so we are talking about mindset and um, online business, being an entrepreneur, and how to keep it all going. Um, but before I talk about any of that sort of stuff, anybody who was here on the live from Thursday remembers that I gave you a challenge, and I challenged you all to do what? Does anybody remember? Hopefully, people actually did the challenge. So we'll see if people actually. Um, oh, thanks for the fire. Um, we'll see if actually anybody worked on the challenge and if anybody remembers what it was. So, just a really fun, cute little story for you guys um, about mindset, right? And how it greatly impacts your ability to be successful. So, look, personal story. My son is 12, and he decided this year that he wanted to join a bowling league, right? So now this you can. Hi, Facebook user. Thanks for joining. Sorry, it says Facebook user. StreamYard is not always kind. Um, so he wanted to join a bowling league, right? We had gone bowling over the summer, saw that our local bowling place was having leagues for kids, so he decided he wants to join. So I said, absolutely, of course, right? So he's bowled his whole life, but certainly not competitively or on a league or coached or anything like that, right? So Saturday, he goes to his Saturday bowling league, right? And I'm driving him there. And oh, hi, Sarah. I know StreamYard's crazy sometimes. Um, so his like he'll be 13 in February, so he's like an angsty, kind of like boy, right? Whatever, adolescent boy. So I had said to him like, is everything all right? Whatever. And he's like, yeah, everything's fine. I'm like, oh, you just tired? No, why? And I'm like, all right, that's my cue to just zip my lip, right, and leave him alone because he's just being a typical kid, right? So we get to the bowling alley. He goes in. He's bowling, and his overall presence is just bleh, right, just angry, right, just frustrated, angry, like just negative, right? So I'm sitting up there drinking my coffee, just kind of watching him bowl. And his first game, he bowled terribly, right? Terribly. He scored one of the lowest scores he's scored since he was probably like 6 years old, right? So I had said to him after his second game, I waved him over and I said, come on up. And I don't usually give him too much feedback because, again, I am mom. I'm not his bowling coach, but, and I want him to feel good about what he's doing. So I am very careful on how I approach things. But I knew if I said something that he perceived to be, oh, thanks for the heart, Jean. Um, I knew if I said something to him that he perceived to be like ridiculous and funny, because that's, the kind of parent that I am, I can break out in song, break out in dance, whatever. So I called him up and he's like, what, mom? And I said, I just want to tell you one thing. Just want to point one thing out to you. And I had said to him, like, since you got in the car this morning, your overall, like everything is just like angry, right? Like you just seem like you just don't even want to be like here. You want to like whatever, right? I said, so look at how you bowled, right? Your performance in your bowling matched your mood, right? And when we're in a negative mood, when we're in a negative headspace, when we're, not functioning at our best, right? Things tend to keep going wrong. I'm sure you've all experienced that, right? When you just, if you wake up just off, You have an off day. Your coffee doesn't taste good. Your chocolate milk doesn't taste good. Your eggs burn, like whatever, right? Things just keep going wrong and wrong. So I said to him, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to shift how you're feeling. I want you to put all of your happy into your bowling ball, right? Put all, oh, thanks for the fire, Tommy boy. I said, I want you to put all of your happy into the bowling ball. And when you put that ball down the lane, that your happy bowling ball is going to happily knock down all the pins, right? And your bowling will improve. So he looks at me. Again, my son's 12. He looks at me and says, Mom, you do realize that a bowling ball and bowling pins are inanimate objects and they don't have feelings. I said, yes, I know. I said, but you do realize that I am a trained therapist and I get paid really good money to work with people to shift their mindset, right? Just humor me, right? I've been doing this for a long time, right? And he looks at me and he has that smirk, right? So sure enough, he goes back down, to his table with his teammates. And instantly, his whole demeanor changed, right? You can imagine that look on his face, right? That little like shit-eating grin, like, oh, geez, like my mom, here she is, being crazy mom again, right? So he goes down and he sits with his teammates, and he instantly starts laughing with his teammates. He starts, I don't know what it was they were talking about because I can't hear them, right? But his overall like presence. Oh, thanks for joining, Beverly. His overall demeanor, his overall like just the look on his face, like his scowl was gone, right? And my happy son was there. And sure enough, his second game, he scored 40 points more than his first game, right? So yay. He's like, right? So then he comes up and he's like, I'm trying it, Mom. I'm like, I can see the difference, right? Goes down to bowl his third game. His third game, ball number 1, strike. Ball number 2, strike. Ball number 3, strike. He was on his 4th frame and he had a 98 for a score. 98. His third game, he scored 156 points. That is his best game ever that he has bowled. So I share that with you today because that is the power of your mindset. He just, whatever he did internally, I have no idea, but he went from a scowling kid that was like pissed off at the world to a happy, lighter kid, and he bowled his best game. So now on Sunday, he was in his first ever bowling tournament. Now he just started bowling competitively in September, right? He's never been coached before, none of that stuff, right? He's bowling with kids that have been bowling competitively since they were 5 years old. So he goes in there and I said to him, I'm like, just bowl like you did yesterday, right? Put happy thoughts in the ball, throw it down the lane. It'll happily knock down the pins. So there were, I don't know how many kids in his division, but the first 3 games, right, were qualifying games. He's playing on a team with 3 kids that have been bowling professionally since they were 5 years old. So they have 7 years of experience on him, 7 years of bowling every single week on him, right? He goes up there, bowls, 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 bowls. He out-bowled the 3 teammates on his team. He out-bowled them. So he got picked. So they're out of his division, which is, I don't know, his average, right? They do a span of average. So out of his division, he got picked as one of the 6 people to go on to the second round of 3 games, right? And then the winner of the second round won the tournament for his division, right? Not only he didn't win the overall tournament for his division. However, he bowled very consistently to four other people that were that were that got into that second string. He was outbowled by the winner of it, not by much. So it just I wanted to share that with you guys today because it just goes to show you the power of the way that you think, the way you think and how you conduct yourself, and how it does have a direct impact on your success. Now, I'm not saying that you can think happy thoughts and the world's gonna, poop rainbows, right? And sprinkle down on you and everything. I'm not saying that. But if you go into things with a positive frame of mind, you have a better chance of positive things consistently happening in your life. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, right? Well, the world's not a happy place. Meh, 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 meh. I don't care. The world, other people have no power over how you think, how you conduct your day. Once you get to the point where you have a positive frame of mind, then all of those people who contributed to maybe you feeling less than, sorry, pooping rainbows. Shelly, welcome to the Colleen train. I never quite know what's going to come out of my mouth. So I never quite know. But once you get to the point, and it takes work, right? It takes work to get to the point where the external world does not impact your internal world. It takes work, right? That's what I call emptying the emotional trash can, right? We all carry around a trash can filled with emotional trash, right? From everywhere, right? From coaches, from the people who raised us, from our ridiculous neighbors to, Aunt Sally, who was just crazily outrageous, to Uncle Tom, who was like ridiculous and mean and whatever, right? Whatever. Our cousins who picked on us, like siblings that couldn't stand us, like whatever. Oh my God, pooping rainbows, the Skittles commercial. Yes, absolutely. Um, yes, and happy. So there's a comment on, and I think it's Sarah. I'm not really sure. Because there's a couple of Facebook users. You make your own happy. So thanks for the fire, Tommy boy. You make your own happy. I was actually just having this conversation this morning with a private client, and I said, I think that you make your own happy. Happy is subjective, right? So happy for everybody is different. Things that make me happy and feel content is definitely going to be different for, oh, it's Den. Thanks, Den. Thanks for hopping on. Happy is subjective, right? Because everybody defines it differently. Everybody finds happiness, doing different things. So what you want to achieve is living your best day, however that is defined. And if you can get up in the morning with a really good plan as to what is going to, or even go to bed, right, with a good plan as to what you want to do tomorrow, how you want to think tomorrow, is truly step number one. Does anybody remember the challenge that I gave you last week on Thursday's live? The thing that I challenged you to try to start doing. Shelly, I'm not sure if you were here last Thursday, if you remember that. Or Sarah, maybe you were here last Thursday. Do you remember the challenge that I gave everyone? No, I don't see your name. It just says Facebook user. StreamYard's so funny. Like, we need all these technology. Well, we don't need them, right? But we use all these technologies to do yes, mindfulness. Absolutely. To try to be present in everything that you're doing. Thanks, Den, for joining. I appreciate it. Um, it's later in the evening where you're from, so you're probably approaching like dinner and winding down your day. Um, oh, planning your happy. Oh, gotcha, Shelly. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. Um, Shelly, I just like to squash things. That's what I like to do. I like to squash things, and I like to break them down even further, because then um, I find it gives people tools to work with. So that's the only reason why I picked on that. Um, is the happy. So for anyone who was on my live on Thursday, and I had challenged you all to practice being more mindful, did anybody do it? And what was your experience doing that? If you weren't able to do it, why? Because it's one of the easiest things you can do, is be present in everything that you do, right? And yeah, I lost my train of thought. So I'm going to take a drink of water. So going back to bowling, mindset, and how that can correlate to your online business. So I saw a comment in my private coaching group. Somebody had posted feeling guilty about um, not being present in their business for a few days or whatever, and they have some really big things coming up, and really felt like they were letting themselves down to achieving their goals for the really big things that are coming up this month. And I certainly understand when you're in a business. Um, oh, Jerry duty, planning your happiness. Absolutely. I've never been picked for jury duty, so I can't imagine that's fun. But some good books, good way to pass your time. Mindfulness is an ongoing practice. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Absolutely. And it literally is just being present in everything you're doing and finding contentment in everything that you're doing. Even laundry, even cleaning the toilet, like all of those unpleasant chores that we do, right? Like some people hate to food shop. I love to food shop. But you know what? I don't I don't want a meal plan anymore. I don't want to cook anymore. So if I could get paid to food shop for people and just deliver them their groceries and then be on my way, I would love that. I love to food shop. I don't know. I don't like to shop for any other reason. I don't like to clothes shop. I don't like to go to the mall. I don't like to do any of that stuff. But I love to food shop. I don't really know why. But um, although I do enjoy doing new recipes and stuff like that. Um, so sorry, squirreled off again. So bowling, grand jury every Tuesday, alternate Friday. Oh, good Lord, Shelley. That whole, but think of the content that you're, oh, I think I made a comment on your post actually, in Facebook when you, yes, I did. So it was you that had jury duty. Think of the content that you're going to be able to get out of being on jury duty, even just simply watching people, right? Just people watching alone can give you endless amounts of content ideas. So that'll be interesting to see what you come up with. Um, No, you can't talk about anything, but you can talk about your observations, right? And you can talk about it in a way that you like finesse it so nobody knows kind of what you're really talking about. You could say like, you know, I spent some time recently observing people. You know what I mean? Like you can talk about it in like a, I mean, I know you can't talk about the case or anything like that for, whatever reasons, legal reasons and all that stuff, but um Instacart, I never even heard of Instacart. What the heck is Instacart? I'm gonna have to look into Instacart in my free time. That's where you get to go food shopping for people. I would love that. That's really cool. I'm gonna have to look into that and see if is it an app. Instacart is an app. Um, I'm not a very informed online business owner. Um, I use what I use, and I don't have like that curiosity streak in me. So, um, grocery shopping and delivery, I'm gonna have to check into that, um, especially if it's something I can get paid to do. Ooh, I have some free time during the week, right? Um, yeah, Emma, thanks. I'm gonna check out Instacart. Um, because I loved, I do love to food shop. I go to the food store like 4 or 5 times a week. Um, one, because I never remember everything that I need because I just don't pay attention. I'm not mindful when I'm writing out my list. Um, but then sometimes I think about different, 20 bucks an hour. It's more an hour than I'm making doing nothing. So, especially during the winter months when things kind of slow down. Um, so the next time I challenge everyone to continue with the mindfulness practice, right? Try to be present in every oh, thanks for the gifts, everyone. Um, so I'm live on three different platforms. So I have to keep looking at my phone too. So thanks, Jean. I appreciate that. So I do challenge everyone to continue to be mindful, continue to be present in everything that you do. Because if you can be mindful and present and find joy, contentment, fulfillment, whatever positive word you want to kind of slap on it, right? Then you can shift your mindset from any sort of negative little mindset munchers that will get in there, and you can combat them with positive, right? So that's the benefit to doing that. Um, oh, sweet. Thank you. That's Den. That's I'm assuming that's you with your feedback for Instacart, based on your experience and what I know about you. Thank you so much. Absolutely. I might actually look into it. Who knows? Although I don't know, 20 bucks an hour might not be worth the cost of gas. I'm not really sure. I drive a bigger truck, so. Oh, use the mindfulness exercise in the Fitbit app. Oh, interesting. I have a Fitbit. I took it off because I was going to take a shower, and then I ran out of time for that. Um, Interesting. I don't think I've ever. I I don't. I've never checked it out in the app because. Oh, it's Sarah. Well, thank you, Sarah. StreamYard. I need you to cooperate and let me see their names. Um, I never check out any sort of apps for any of that sort of stuff because I teach it, um, and I do it. So I don't look for ways to do it. Does that make sense? Um, oh, okay. Yeah, DoorDashing's big around here too. Um, I live, yeah, I live in a pretty busy area, pretty well populated. I live in a like a small city, like 30 minutes north of Boston. Um, oh, you don't have it in the UK. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. I always forget like different places in the world have different things, because of laws and guidelines and all that different stuff, need whatever it might be. So, um, I know DoorDash is pretty popular around here. Obviously, it became extremely popular in 2020, right? When people didn't want to leave their houses. Um, oh, you have family in Quincy? I think Quincy's the other side of Boston, right? Is it south of Boston? Not too, I mean, not too far from me, but um, still in the Boston belt. Um, yeah, people are not really good at tipping. I definitely understand that. Um, huh, I don't know. I think I like what I'm doing. I mean, I shouldn't say I think I like. I absolutely love what I'm doing. I love being online. I love, um, just getting on here and talking about mindset and practical life and how you can use it, and how you can empty that emotional trash can, and all that stuff. Like I absolutely love, passionately love doing this stuff. So it actually, it might I think I'd rather do this for like 45 minutes than be out driving around. Not really sure. Um, but if I'm gonna go food shopping, I might as well get paid to go food shopping for someone else since I'm already there, right? I mean, I do go to the like I said, I do go to the food store 3, 4, 5 times a week sometimes. Um, yeah, absolutely. Great. Oh, thank you so much for signing your names, everyone. That's really helpful. Yeah, that's absolutely right, Sarah. And it is so true. When you start something else, it doesn't mean that you don't have like the other stuff to fall back on, right? I mean, absolutely. It's always good to have a plan B. Um, oh, okay. Yes, actually, Jean, you're right. I do. I actually have Headspace, I think is one of my offers. That I have on here. I've never used Headspace, but I do have a lot of clients who use Headspace, and they've talked very highly about it. So I do know it's a really cool app. So I think I do have it as one of my offers. Um, Instacart has it. Oh, okay. It has its own algorithms. Interesting. Um, huh. That's a good idea, right? Make some extra money. Um, I have a friend who I've known since second grade, and she is a serial student. She loves being a student. She loves learning. Um, it's her goal to oh, okay, yeah. I don't have headspace on this. I'll definitely do it on Thursdays. Um, I'll do it on Thursdays live, Gene. I'll put Headspace on there as one of my offers. I thought I did, but apparently I don't. I'll do that. I'll do that when I set up. Although I think I already set up Thursdays. I don't know if I can go on there and add it to it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Um, so she is. All right, Den. Thanks so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. DoorDash and when it rains or snows, the best time to do it because people. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't want to be out driving when it's snowing. So that definitely wouldn't work for me. Um, oh no, we got 300 scammed. Oh no, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Um, so yes, so getting back to um, how to stay, how to ride the wave. Okay. So how to ride the wave when you, oh, thanks for the coffee. I appreciate that. Um, how to ride the wave of an online business, right? How to ride the wave of being an entrepreneur. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got a lot more snow. Um, yeah. 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 We get a lot more snow. Well, I don't know. We don't. The past couple years, we haven't gotten a lot of snow. Um, yeah. Actually, Maria. Yeah. It could be defined as the anxiety wave, right? The ups and downs and um, waiting for like am I making enough money? Am I not making enough money? So that's you can the number one way that you can reduce feeling like you're going on a wave is to focus on your process versus the outcome because you have no control whatsoever as to how or why people buy, right? The products that you're promoting, the products that you're selling, the products that you're offering, right? Product services, whatever they might be, right? You have no control whatsoever as to how much people spend and how much money you make. But you do have control over the process. So if you focus on your process, your daily process, and you pay attention to from 100 to 300 in the wind. Oh, you're Celsius. Um, I don't know how that converts to Fahrenheit. Oh, 100 to 300 inches. Holy Christ. That's a lot of snow. I don't know how much we get actually. I actually don't pay attention. So here's here's where mindfulness can actually um, make other people, think however they're going to think about you. When you are so mindful and you are so in the moment, you literally don't have a clue, right? Because you're just simply not paying attention to the external world, right? So, for instance, we could have just gotten 2 feet of snow yesterday, and oh, that's why. Yep, and that's why. That's why. Yep, absolutely. That's a lot of snow. I don't think I'd want to live someplace that got that much snow. I don't have to shovel it or anything like that. I don't even have to go out in it if we get a lot, but I wouldn't want to live someplace that got that much snow. Plus, I think you're cold a lot there, right? Aren't you, Shelley? Um, Beautiful. I mean, the scenery looks beautiful. Um, if you focus on your process and if you focus on your daily process, then that's going to help you deal with the ups and downs and the ebbs and flows of being an entrepreneur, right? So it's similar to having just a really good daily plan for you, right? So let's break it down even more simple. So you know that just because right now, so I just ate lunch, right, like a half hour ago. My stomach is full, so I'm not hungry, right? To Manila, where is that, Jean? Where's Manila? Toasty 80. Ooh, I don't know. I like the cooler weather. I like our four seasons. Um, but where's Manila? I've never heard of Manila. Um, break it down. We're gonna break it down even Philippines. Oh, okay. All right, yeah. So that's absolutely beautiful, balmy, like humid weather in the Philippines too, right? Is it like humid, like a lot of moisture in the air? Probably good for your skin and good for a lot of things too. Um, is Bali in the Philippines? I'm terrible with geography. Um, Terrible with geography. So balmy, yeah, absolutely. Um, what was I saying? Now you guys have me all. Now I'm on vacation. I'm going to the Philippines. I'm going to Ontario. Now I can't think about business stuff. Talk about making me scroll off. No, I'm just joking. Is Bali in the Philippines? I want to go to Bali, but I'm not quite sure where it is in the world. Um, it would be my dream to winter in Bali. Um, I don't even know what I was saying. Okay, so yes, so how to not how to how to ride the entrepreneurial wave, right, without getting too low, without getting um, that's in Indonesia. I don't know where Indonesia is, um, so yes, I'll have to pull out my map. Um, so think of your daily action plan for business, for life, and how important it is, right? So I'm going to break it down with meals, right? Because I think for the most part, most of us get hungry more than once a day. Um, I mean, I try to eat like my trainer tells me to eat like 3 meals and 2 snacks. So I just ate lunch around 1 o'clock, right? Just before coming on here. So that means my stomach is full. But it doesn't mean that in 2 to 3 hours, I might not be ready for a snack again. So, what does that take? It takes planning, right? So, it takes me to plan. It takes me to prepare a shopping list for when I go to the food store. Although like I said, I do go to the food store um, several times a week because I like to buy my food fresh. I don't like to have frozen stuff and have to remember to take it out because I never do that. Plus, I don't I don't like to have a lot of stuff. So having a freezer full of food, I don't like to have that. I don't like to have a lot of stuff. So I like to be very simplistic. So if I only went and purchased enough food for me to have for lunch, that would be poor planning because, well, what am I going to do? Run back out to the store to get something for a snack and then go back out to the store to get something for dinner and then go back out to the store to get something for breakfast? No. I plan as best as I can to have the food in the house, right? I usually go to the store just to buy things for dinner. I usually have like breakfast food, snack food, and lunch food in the house for the week for myself. Um, and then for my kids too, because when my daughter's on her work week for school, she brings her own lunch. And my son, I make my son's lunch every day. So it's usually only for dinner that I go to the store a few times a week. So that's the same for your online business, right? You know, the outcome of having food is to eat to sustain your life, right? So having an online business, the outcome is to have people in your audience that want and can benefit from what it is that you have to sell, right? So you're feeding them in that aspect, right? So it doesn't make any sense to start every day without a plan because you're going to be like, oh, what am I doing today? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? Like, then you're going to be all over the place. You're going to be overwhelmed, right? And then what happens if you go to the food store and you're hungry? You end up buying $75 worth of food that you probably have never even eaten before because it looked good because you went to the store hungry, right? So if you don't have that consistent daily plan for your business, you're going to be rushing to do something or doing something just to do it, and it's not going to be your best something, right? That's not helpful because you want to show up the best version of yourself, right? Every day for your business. That doesn't mean that you need to show up 24/7, right? I take 2.5 days off a week. I mostly take the weekends off. Once in a while, I will pop onto Facebook just to see if there's any people that have sent me like a direct message. I will pop on to my coaching chat. What usually on Saturday, usually on Sunday, maybe once, maybe twice. But I don't usually do all that much. I may create a video if something cool's happening, right, and throw it in my drafts, and then post it sometime between Monday and Friday. Um, but I take mostly Wednesday, sometimes mostly Thursday, because those are my long days with my private clients. But I take half a day Friday off, and I take 99% of Saturday and Sunday off. So what that means is if you have a solid daily action plan for your business and you created something that hit really well for content, right? Put it out there again. If you created a video and it did really well, recreate that video, right? Recreate it. Don't just download it and repost it because sometimes the platforms are funky about that. But recreate it. Find 5 to 6 pieces of content that you want to continue to post over and over again, right? You may say it a different way. You may shoot the video in a different way. You may have the copy on it a little bit different, but it's the same message. So finding a system that works for you prevents burnout, prevents you from feeling overwhelmed, prevents you from feeling, oh Jesus, I haven't done anything today. Like blah blah blah, in blah, 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 and then all those thoughts start coming in, and then you start mentally beating yourself up because you're not, doing your best for your business, right? Having a really solid daily plan, broken down very specifically. right? Think of your daily plan as your favorite dinner recipe, right? What are all the ingredients? And then how do you execute it so your finished product is a delicious meal? So your daily action plan is all of your ingredients. So all of the things that you need to do in your business for your business to move forward, right? For you to reach your audience, for you to get people to come into your world, right? And for you to get people to know about your offers, right? Your products, your courses, whatever it is that you're promoting, right? Um, what does that recipe look like? So that's what I challenge everyone to do. Two things now. I challenge everyone to continue to work on daily mindfulness practices, right? Be present mentally with all of your energy in everything that you're doing. Yes, including cleaning the toilet, right? Be present. Prevent your little squirrely thoughts from putting those sneakers on and running around, right? I challenge you to continue to do that. And I also challenge you to look at your business, write it down as if it was a recipe, right? So, what are all the ingredients? And then your step one, step two, step three, step four, step five, however, you're going to break it down, whatever. That's going to become your daily action plan based on the ingredients of your business. So, I challenge everyone to make that, right? Create your business's recipe. And then let's see how it goes. Um, You recently made a new daily action plan for yourself. Awesome. Um, and when you break it down in such a simplistic way, you really don't have to do all that much in your online business, right? I mean, I'm not saying that you can, work 10 minutes and be successful. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, like, if you break it down in such a way, it doesn't seem so overwhelming. And then pay attention to the content you're creating that hits really good, right? Um, Use it again, recycle it, right? Oh, Jackie, thanks for joining. Um, if you haven't caught the whole thing, hopefully you can go on and catch the replay. Um, so yes, so those are the two things that I recommend, and I challenge everyone to do. Right? Challenge everyone to continue with the mindfulness, be present in everything that you're doing, and create your business plan as if it's your favorite dinner recipe. And I don't mean mac and cheese, right? I'm talking about a dinner recipe that has like multiple ingredients, that has multiple steps. My least favorite recipes, right? Um, you're overwhelming yourself. Absolutely, absolutely, Sarah. Thank you for signing your name again, so I know who it is. Um, So when I first started my online business, I wish I had a coach from the very beginning. Someone who knew the little nuances, right? The things that made it that much easier, for lack of a better word. Um, because in the beginning, I burnt myself out really bad. This was early on last year. Got overwhelmed, got burnt out mostly by doing a lot of stuff for my business, which was actually not even things, excuse me, um, that I needed to be doing. So, Sarah, give it a try. Give it a try, breaking it down like a recipe and then building out the steps. Oh, I got the hiccups. So, I will be back on Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Um, and we will chat about whatever comes up then. I mean, it will all be, mindfulness and online business based and stuff like that. But, and I will add Headspace to Thursday's live, Jean, for you. And I'm going to look up where, I'm going to look up the geography to find out where the Philippines is and Indonesia and, stuff like that. So yes, I challenge everyone to do that. Mindfulness, and write your business plan out as if it's a recipe. And I'll be curious to see how that works for everyone. So yeah, I will see you all on Thursday. Thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Bye, everyone. If anyone is catching this on the replay, if you do have any questions, if you want me to clarify anything, any comments, go ahead and post them in the group. If you have something you want to ask me directly, obviously feel free to send me a direct message. Oh, thanks, Emma. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully it was helpful. You can send me a direct message, be more than happy to jive on some things with whoever and help you, however. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out.